Hey guys, quick little reminder, if you are ever snagging anything from the G Fuel website, be it a new shaker cup, a new flavor, or even a starter kit, be sure to use code IMMORTAL at checkout to get yourself a discount. If you do end up using my code, be sure to tweet me so I can show you some love. And now on to the regular video. We are rapidly approaching the launch of Modern Warfare, with the first weekend of the beta less than a month away at this point, and as we draw closer to October 25th and the official launch of the game, we are quickly uncovering more and more secrets about the game in general, ranging from multiplayer to Spec Ops to the campaign, and even to the rumored free-to-play Battle Royale mode that could potentially be coming as a post-launch update. And while it may have only been a few days since we last discussed Modern Warfare here on the channel, we have seen a ton of new intel drop recently pertaining to gameplay mechanics and even some of the secrets about the game's original creation way back before Infinite Warfare even launched. So today we're taking a look at all of the biggest secrets behind Call of Duty Modern Warfare. But before we get into that, if you guys are new here and you're looking to stay up to date with everything going on in the world of Call of Duty, feel free to subscribe with your post notifications turned on. And of course, if you guys do enjoy the video, let me know by dropping a like rating on it, as it would be much appreciated. And now let's get into Modern Warfare's biggest secrets and all of the latest intel drops. So let's kick things off with one of my most anticipated game modes coming with Modern Warfare, that being Gunfight. Now, I have personally not been able to play the mode yet, but I have watched countless hours of footage from it, and I've talked pretty consistently with my friends who have played the mode, and I can say with confidence, this mode is going to be one of my main go-tos in the game. And just this past week, we learned that not only will the Gunfight game mode support 2v2 matches, but it will also feature 1v1 and 3v3 matches as well. But the catch is, at least as of right now, the 1v1 and 3v3 playlists are only available in private matches, whereas the 2v2 game mode will be the main public match playlist for Gunfights. But regardless, there is going to be a functional 1v1 setup in Modern Warfare for everyone out there who's looking to try and give, or maybe get the smoke, after trash talking in a public lobby. And for all the third wheels out there, the 3v3 setup is going to be fun to utilize as well. So we're pretty much touching on all corners with the Gunfight mode, and I am personally really excited to get my hands on it. Then another feature that was discovered this past week that has actually been right there in front of us ever since the initial multiplayer reveal trailer was debuted back on the 1st is the ability to fire your weapon while climbing a ladder. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, a groundbreaking feature that we never thought would be possible, something that maybe 11 people ever asked for, is coming to Modern Warfare. And in all seriousness, it is pretty cool. Now, like I said, this was a feature that was originally showcased in the multiplayer reveal trailer, as you can clearly see a character climbing a ladder who then turns and fires his revolver behind him. According to Infinity Ward, the feature has only just made it into the current build of the game, so all of the creators who went to play the game a few weeks ago didn't get to actually utilize it in-game, but it will be a feature that is there at launch. And I honestly think this is going to be one of those things that you hardly ever use in-game, but when you do, it's just going to feel so good because it's not something you would normally expect to do. Definitely a very small new innovation to the multiplayer gameplay here with MW, but a pretty neat one at that. Next up, we've got some brand new intel on the heavily upgraded Ground War mode within Modern Warfare, which is going to be as groundbreaking as anything coming with the game this year, as it is truly the biggest multiplayer environment that we have ever seen in Call of Duty history. In the past, obviously, we have had Ground War on a few separate occasions, and it always stood as a typical 9 versus 9 gameplay mode. However, here in Modern Warfare, Ground War will feature 100 player modes, and further on down the road, it could even expand to be bigger than that. But 50 versus 50 multiplayer will be a thing at launch in much smoother fashion than, say, Blackout this year, and this past week, it was revealed that Ground War will allow you to choose where you'd like to spawn in at if you end up getting taken out. Your spawn choices as of now will consist of friendly capture domination points, or areas in which your team is controlling the map. Now, I'm not gonna lie, with the whole no minimap situation this year, I was kind of worried about spawns in general, and in terms of game modes like 10v10, 20v20, and even 50v50 in the case of Ground War in specific, spawn trapping was another concern that has been in the back of my mind. But knowing that you can actually choose your spawns is definitely something that provides a bit of clarity as to how the mode will remain a little bit less chaotic. because, I mean, 50v50 as is, I'm sure is going to be an absolute frenzy from the get-go. Then finally, for the intel this week, before we jump into the secrets of Modern Warfare's origin, we also found out that you can actually edit your classes or loadouts in-game. Previously, we have only been able to edit classes in the pre-game lobby or on the main multiplayer screen, but now if you are changing your class to fit a certain map, or if you're not able to finish it before the match starts, you can just simply jump into the game and change your class on the fly, which honestly I think is one of the best features that we've talked about today, seeing as I'm personally always messing with my setups or always forgetting to change out one thing or another, but now I can just do it immediately at any point during the match, so I for one am all for that. Now, jumping into the hidden secrets of Modern Warfare's origin, this past week GameInformer sat down and did an interview with the campaign directors for Infinity Ward, that being Jacob Minkoff and Taylor Kurosaki. Now, this interview ran about 17 minutes long and was full of a ton of content pertaining to the game, some of which was already previously known and some of which was brand new to us. But all of it is honestly pretty interesting to hear about, as it does really dissect how Modern Warfare came to be. First and foremost, Jacob and Taylor mentioned that Infinity Ward first spawned the idea of creating Modern Warfare back in 2016 before they ever even shipped out Infinite Warfare. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, before Infinite Warfare ever even released, Modern Warfare was already in the works, which really just goes to show how far in advance these projects begin, and I also feel like that highlights the struggles of trying to maintain relevancy when creating these new games. I mean, it's no secret Infinite Warfare was pretty disliked by quite a few people, but at the time when it was first getting started, Advanced Warfare was the main Call of Duty game, and Exo Movement was all the rage, so they planned for Infinite Warfare a few years down the road to fit in with the new gameplay style, and clearly it just did not work. But regardless, yes, Modern Warfare spawned prior to Infinite Warfare even launching. And speaking of Infinite Warfare, it was also mentioned during this interview that Infinite Warfare 2 will actually eventually happen, as Infinity Ward does plan to revisit that universe and those characters, so maybe next time Infinity Ward is due up for a Call of Duty title, Infinite Warfare 2 could be coming. I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see. Aside from that though, Taylor and Jacob also go on to explain that Modern Warfare was created as a reboot and not as a sequel to MW3, because the ending of Modern Warfare 3 left the series in a place where it would be a bit too complicated to create a realistic game. And also, after taking up Ghosts and Infinite Warfare, it would be really tricky to get players up to speed with the Modern Warfare franchise and the story that was told throughout the first 3 games. So they just decided a reboot would be the best way to go about it. And I mean, if you guys have been following the Call of Duty 2019 news from the get-go, way back when, we initially got rumors that COD 2019 was going to be Modern Warfare 4, and that prior to it launching, we would see MW2 and MW3 remastered, or at least the campaigns of each game remastered, in order to get players caught up with the storyline in time for the launch of MW4. But obviously, that is not the case, and for good reason, according to Infinity Ward. It was also brought up that we will see the return of various fan-favorite characters aside from Captain Price, but the characters that do end up returning will be reimagined versions of themselves. So just because Ghost might reappear in Modern Warfare this year does not mean it's going to be the same Ghost as we know from back in the day. But nonetheless, we will see the return of a handful of OG characters in the Modern Warfare franchise, and I for one am very excited for that. Some of you may recall in the original campaign trailer for the game, at the very end of the trailer, you hear Price respond to the question of who's your team with the phrase, some old comrades. So I am very eager to see how exactly that all plays out. But with that being said, that is effectively everything we learned about Modern Warfare over the past week or so, and that is going to wrap things up for today. If you guys enjoyed the video, or if you're just excited for Modern Warfare, let me know by dropping a like rating on it, as it would be much appreciated and it does really help the channel out. And of course, if you are brand new here and you want to stay up to date with everything going on in the world of Call of Duty, from news to updates to leaks and rumors and everything else in between, feel free to subscribe with your post notifications turned on. That way you'll always know when I upload a new video. As always, if you are ever looking to grab anything from G Fuel, Control Freak, and or Respawn, be sure to use code IMMORTAL at checkout to get yourself a nice little discount. All of those links are down in the description below. And once again, thanks so much for tuning in. Until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.